Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Unacademy. On this channel, CAT4MBA. I'm going to have a session for IIFT. This channel, which is dedicated to the preparation of CAT and other management exams. I take sessions for CAT as well as other management exams, right? So, till 24th of February, in this time slot, from 6 to 8, I'm going to take sessions for the preparation of IIFT. For those of you who are taking this exam, should make it a point that you don't miss this session. In today's session, we are going to have a comprehensive practice of verbal ability. All varieties of questions which appear in verbal ability and English usage section of IIFT will be incorporated in today's session. Yesterday, we did a session on foreign words. In that, we discussed some Latin phrases as well as some other migratory phrases which have been used very common or which are used very commonly in English. In today's session, it's going to be a comprehensive mix of all varieties of questions. Alright? Let me give you an idea about today's agenda. So that's going to be a session on verbal ability and all the varieties of questions will be included in today's session. Alright? Before that, let me give you a brief introduction of myself. Let me just ensure that I have gone live. Alright. My name is Neelam Malkani. I possess around 12 years of working experience of test preparation industry and have been training students of CAT, GRE, GMAT, SAT, IIMs and TOEFL. I have also been involved in content development and have set and designed assessment papers of English and reasoning for various exams. I have also authored a comprehensive book of English for the preparation of competitive exams. The book is written in both Hindi and English and is available on Amazon. For a brief period of time, I also served as an examiner of English for an international organization. So thanks to this experience, I know a thing or two about language aptitude training, alright? And because of that, I'm here to give you tips about IIFT preparation. This video is brought to you by Unacademy, India's largest online learning portal for the preparation of competitive exam. Let me take you to its portal and tell you how you can start your preparation with this amazing platform. First, you have to install Unacademy Learning app and fill in all the details. You will be shown plus free courses, special classes. After having this app in your mobile phone, you can attend as many classes and free courses and special classes as you want. You can have unlimited digital learning experience. Once you are contented with the performance of the faculty members or the educators and the quality of education that is imparted in these classes, you can go for a dedicated program designed for CAT. And for that, you will have to subscribe to the course under Plus category. Under Plus category, you will avail numerous benefits. Benefits such as 30 hours of live session every day. So it's not a regimented program which makes you attend class at a specific time. You're completely free to attend class as per your convenient time. The courses which are delivered by the educators are well structured, well designed, having fine balance of conceptual clarity and exercises. 40 plus top educators of India are taking their sessions regularly on this platform. And every month you see a new course being launched on Unacademy. Alright, so all these features under one subscription. You can take exercises, quizzes, also you can solve as many exercises and mock tests as you want if you take the subscription. Okay, hi Divyansh. So last year there were around 16 questions based on reading comprehension, right? And the second highest weightage was given to vocabulary, right? So these are two prominent areas. If we go by IIFT 2020 paper, so this was the breakup. So RC is going to be the most dominating area in your IIFT exam, in verbal ability of IIFT, right? And second is going to be vocabulary. So vocabulary has always been an obsession of IIFT, so very likely The second highest number of questions will be from that. And then rest of the questions will be divided between grammar and parageneral, right? Some of the questions may be from idiomatic expressions, figures of speech, all right? But vocabulary and reading comprehension will be the most dominating area. Okay? Divyansh? All right. Now, let me give you information about the subscription of class. As I said, it's going to give you a lot of benefits. So, if you're going for CAT 2021, you should subscribe to 1 year plus program. If you're targeting 2 years program, or if you're targeting CAT 2022, then you should target 2 years. You should take 2 years subscription. 1 year subscription is going to cost you 17,500 rupees, and 2 years will cost you 21,000 rupees. But if you type code Neelam, the referral code Neelam, that's going to give you 10% discount, and your fee is going to come down to 15,750 for a year, 18,900 for 2 years, right? So that's going to be the benefit of typing this code Neelam. You can reach out to me on Telegram channel, my Telegram channel, which is going to give you information about my classes and the link of my classes which I take on Unacademy special classes. Also, you can subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of the sessions, any of the videos that we upload for the preparation of these exams, right? So, numerous videos for the preparation of GDPI, for WAT, for GK and GA, for current affair discussion, as well as for these exams, first phase of these exams are uploaded on this channel. So, if you subscribe to this channel, you are not going to miss any of the notifications, alright? So do that, reach out to us on YouTube as well as on Telegram channel. Now this is one feature which has been recently inducted by Unacademy, Iconic. So all the benefits which you are going to avail under Plus will be given under Iconic subscription as well. But over and above the benefits of Plus, you will also be given a personal mentor, a person who is educated in one of the top IIMs of India, the very colleges that you are targeting to get admission into. So these mentors will guide you continuously for your preparation of CAT as well as other management exams. So these educators will be devoted to making a guideline for you so that you prepare well for these exams. They are going to give you analysis of your test. They are going to give you the analysis of your performance in the classroom as well as in the test, as well as they are going to keep an eye on your performance, right? So that way, you are not deviated from the course of your preparation, as well as you move inch closer every day towards attainment of your goal, right? So if you're targeting 100% time, or if you're targeting top colleges such as ABC or XLRI, then you should definitely take the subscription of Iconic, right? It's going to be a bit steep, but it's all the worth, right? So test analysis, experts guidance, and these mentors will also guide you for GD and PI preparation, all right? So for year, Iconic subscription is going to cost you 13,000 rupees. In that as well, you can avail 10% discount if you type code Neelam, all right? These are the shining stars. Regular students of Unacademy who scored stellar scores this year, 99 plus score. All these students who were regular students of Unacademy have scored 99 plus. So their result might give you some kind of validation about your choice to choose or to go with Unacademy for your preparation for CAT 2021 this year. Alright? These batches which have begun this week or which are about to begin this week, 18th of January, one batch, which is for starter, which is a starter weekday batch, and which is for beginners who are just beginning their preparation for CAT 2021 should not miss joining this batch. The batch has already begun on 18th of January, 19th of January, absolute weekday batch, and 22nd of January, working professional batch, right? So if you are working professional and cannot spare time in morning or maybe in the afternoon, this is the batch for you, right? All these batches are taken up by experienced educators who themselves have the experience of taking these exams clearing these exams, studying in these colleges. Alright, so these educators take their regular sessions on Unacademy. Unacademy Champions League is the competition which is going to be held every alternate Sunday, starting from 10th of January, starting from 3rd of January, 5 to 7 p.m. That's going to be the time, and you stand a chance of winning exciting prizes and scholarship, right? And the test that you are going to take under this competition, under this Champions League, you will be given detailed, in-depth analysis of that test as well, right? So don't miss this chance of taking the test, getting the in-depth analysis, also the chance of getting or winning exciting prizes. Okay, so that's all about the batches and the features that Unacademy has included to facilitate all of you. Now let's start with the discussion of the pattern of IIFT. Right? So since we are inching closer to the date, it's only now a week you have in your hand for the exam. Now you don't have a week, right? Alright, so let's look at the pattern and then let's try to understand how you can maximize your score by focusing on verbal ability. Because IIFT pattern itself is favoring verbal ability. 35 questions are going to be from this section. Highest number of questions out of 110. Highest number of questions are going to be from verbal ability. So needless to say, this is one section that you have to focus on. 105 is also going to be the mark rate. So if you are very good at verbal ability, especially if your RC is your forte, alright. If reading comprehension is your forte and you have solved all the mocks as well as previous papers of IIFT and you have gained good command over the kind of passages IIFT is going to give you, then you should target good score from this section. Because out of 35, my submission is at least 16 or 15 questions. 15 to 16 questions will be from RC, reading comprehension, right? So do extensive practice of reading comprehension. This is going to be one of the scoring sections. And IIFT passages are very doable. They are not as dense or as complicated as those the passages of CAT are, right? Or ZAT. The ZAT passages and CAT passages, the subjects are difficult and the style is also very complicated. But you will be very surprised when you solve IIFT passages. The passages may be on difficult subject, right? It may be a subject that you may be unaware of or you may know nothing about that subject. But the style, the writing style is very simple. It's easy to understand. You pick up any paper of IIFT in last 5 years, you will find the passages are not written in dense, complicated or abstruse language. They are very easy to understand. So that might give you some confidence about doing passages. Alright? But before that, please solve previous year papers of RC, previous year papers of IIFT. Then only you will be able to see firsthand that passages are very doable. So 50% is going to be from reading comprehension. But there is no sectional time limit. That means you have to calculate time accordingly. You have to meticulously give out time according to the weightage the section carries. Alright? But same time, there is a pressure of clearing section cutoff. Because you have to show your proficiency in each of these sections. Otherwise, you won't be given a call. That means you cannot spend inordinate amount of time on a specific section. You have to be extremely calculated in terms of devoting time on a specific section. Okay? So यहाँ पे आपका time management is going to come into play. You have to showcase excellent time management skills. Then only you will be able to clear the overall cutoff as well as section cutoff. Okay? So though I am going to make a video dedicated to the strategy of IIFT entire paper, but as of now, since we are targeting verbal ability, please remember that reading comprehension is going to be the most dominated area of verbal ability. So इसको आपको छोड़ना नहीं है, इसको आप छोड़ ही नहीं सकते. So there are going to be at least 4 to 5 passages followed by 15 to 16 questions. So make it a point that you do at least 3 passages. The passages may be long, though now IIFT has stopped giving very long passages. This used to be a trend of IIFT, but अब इतने लंबे passages नहीं आते IIFT में. You will find that 2019, 2018 passages were of similar length as they were in CAT or ZAM. तो लंबे passages अब नहीं आते हैं, but still the passages are longer than that of ZAM. So यहाँ पे this may be a challenge for you, but you should not be intimidated just because it's long and lengthy. If you start reading, you will easily understand that if you read first paragraph, you can make out what is going to be in the second paragraph. If you read first line of each paragraph, you will easily anticipate what is going to be the constitution of that paragraph. Yes, the passages are going to be so lucidly written, right? So please ensure your proficiency in reading comprehension, and that can only be ensured if you do enough practice of previous year papers of RC. In this, we taken up all the questions of previous year papers. So, जो भी हमने questions किए हैं, analogy के, filling the blanks के, synonym, antonym, and odd bit noun. Even in this today's session, I have taken up the question from previous year papers, but I could not include RC. So now please, it's incumbent on you to solve all the RCs. ठीक है? क्योंकि मैंने कहा 15 questions at least आपके RC से रहेंगे. Next is going to be vocab. Last year as well, there were 13 questions from vocabulary. If we include if we include idiomatic expressions, if we include that in vocabulary, there were 15 questions. Okay? So such is the importance of vocabulary. So second section is definitely going to be of vocabulary. So this section may you have to build your capacity by solving as many exercises, revising the word list you have done, revising those words which you have done for SNAP or other exams preparation. Revise and solve exercises. Solve as many exercises as possible. Invariably, with the solution of these exercises only, you are going to remember the words, right? So, vocabulary. If you are able to cover these two areas, believe me, if you don't do any other thing, you will still clear the cutoff as well as you will still maximize your overall score through verbal ability only. So, अगर 105 105 है, make sure if you are average in verbal ability, you manage at least 50% of your score from verbal ability. 50% of your IIFT score. IIFT's cutoff, overall cutoff was 138 for general last year. It's going to be 2 marks less for women, and then for OBC, SC, ST, it's going to be lesser. But you have to target this score. इसका 50% मुझे verbal ability से लेके आना है. If I'm very good at English, that should be your target. Because आपने शायद ध्यान दिया हो कि सेक्शनल कट ऑफ नहीं है IIFT में, सेक्शनल मिनिमम है, right? I'll give you the example. Look at this slide. Now sectional minimum DI for 2020 was 22. DILR. For GK it was 5, for RC it was 34, and for QA it was 15. RC and VA it was 34, and for QA it was 15. So if you add all these sectional cutoff, that's going to be 76. Whereas your overall cutoff was 138. So this is not sectional cutoff, this is sectional minimum. Right? So IIFT actually gives you this freedom to do bare minimum questions in each of these sections to clear the sectional minimum, and then capitalize your score with your strength. If your strength is LR, then try to maximize your score with LR. If your proficiency is more in reading comprehension and verbal ability, try to maximize your score here. IIFT is designed the way that allows you to maximize your score from the section that you are good at. ठीक है? Unlike CAT, जहाँ पे आपको minimum cutoff निकालना ही है. This is not cutoff, this is minimum requirement for each section. ठीक है? So if you total If you add all these marks, that's going to be 76, whereas overall cutoff was 138. Okay? So this is going to be your strategy. Clear the sectional minimum and then try to capitalize your score. Now, the problem is, दो ही section है जिससे आप capitalize कर सकते हो, because highest number of question in those sections है. 35 is verbal, 30 is LR. Right? So either you try to maximize your score from this, or you try to maximize your score from this. But this could also be a very ideal strategy. Okay, fine. Let's come back to our practice for comprehensive, because I'm going to make a very separate video for strategy of IIFT. Okay, chaliye, let's start. Are we all ready? I could not see your comments. Hi Praveen, can we start the exercise today? I'm going to make a video for IIFT strategy, so we will discuss all these things in that video, in that session. Let's start with our practice. All right, Praveen. Chaliye, let's begin our practice today. So I thought of including 35 questions in today's exercise, but I could not. So try to take it as an exercise excluding RC. ठीक है, तो RC को मिला के 35 questions होते, RC को छोड़ के समझ लीजिए इसमें जो questions है, that is going to be your IIFT level. ठीक है, so try to be as diligent with this exercise as you would be in your actual exam. ठीक है, चलिए, let's begin, let's start. Actually, indefatigable, inveterate. Identify the relationship and then find out the same relationship in the answer pair. That's what your task is. So Pratik says it's C. All right. All right. So let me establish a relationship first. So indefatigable is fatigue. Fatigue factor. So Indian cricket team is ailing because fatigue factor, because of fatigue factor. So fatigue is nothing but tiredness. Okay? Indefatigable is tirelessness. Somebody who is unrelenting, a person who does not give up easily, tirelessly works. Okay? Remember mountain man Manji. Tirelessly he worked and he cut the mountain and paved a road. Right? So, indefatigable spirit of our soldiers, never dying, not giving up. Whereas inveterate is somebody who is hardened, inveterate criminals, inveterate gambler, somebody who has been doing something for a long time. इसमें जो root word है, that is vet. Vet is for veteran. Veteran is someone who is experienced, somebody who is seasoned. Seasoned cricketer Sunil Gavaskar और veteran actress रेखा. ठीक है? So यहाँ पे जो है इन दोनों में basically कोई relationship नहीं है. So this is also one of the analogy question. This is actual IIFT question of 2013. ठीक है? So इस तरह से भी analogy आ सकता है जिसमें words के बीच में कोई relationship नहीं है. But इन words को represent करता हुआ आपका answer होना चाहिए. Are we clear? So yes, answer is tireless and habitual. So this is the meaning of this word, this is the meaning of this word. Alright, answer is C. ठीक है? Fine. I hope all of you know what impoverished means. Impoverished is penniless, bankrupt. Somebody who has lost his wealth, who has lost his assets, money, and whatever he possessed. Okay, so that is impoverished. Next question. Misanthrope, humanity. All right. So misanthrope, humanity. He hates humanity, right? That is why he is a misanthrope. Misanthropic intentions of terrorists. So they want to hurt humanity. They want to hurt their other, fellow human beings. So misanthrope. Misanthrope is somebody who hates humankind. Answer is going to be B. Misogynist is a person who hates women. Okay? So MIS is for hate. Misogynist is going to be a person who hates marriage because gamy comes for marriage. Yeah. And misandrist is somebody who hates men. Misandrist. So feminist movement is misconstrued as misandrist movement. They don't hate men. Or feminist, those people who believe in feminism, they actually don't hate men. They are not misandrists. They actually hate the privileges or the entitlement that men enjoy, right? So that is misandrist. Please remember, MIS comes for hate. Chauvinist, I hope all of you know what chauvinist means. A person who is extremely patriotic, and that always borders on excessive emotion for his country, and that borders on aggression. So it's not a very positive word. So chauvinistic is somebody who feels that his country is the best and other countries are beneath his country, or his country is superior to other countries. Chauvinist actually could be associated with any kind of feeling where you feel you are superior, your race is superior, your gender is superior, or maybe your community or the caste that you belong to is better than others. So that is also chauvinistic feeling. So male chauvinism, उसी की वजह से आता है. Male have this feeling that they are better than women, or they are superior to women, right? They are more intellectually advanced than women are. So that is male chauvinism. So chauvinism is basically any kind of feeling when you have this strong belief that you are better, your race. Yeah, jingoism cannot be associated with any other feeling but for country, jingoistic. So jingoistic feeling is always for country. That is also extreme aggression. That's not a positive word. Okay? So agnostic is someone who doubts whether God exists or not, or who feels that God's existence cannot be found out. So thoda sanshaya mein hai whether God exists or not. Atheist is somebody who is firm believer of non-existence of God. Agnostic is somebody who oscillates whether God exists or not. ठीक है, वो थोड़ा सा skeptical है. So are we clear with chauvinistic? He is kind of maniacal person, strong or staunchly supporting an idea without, looking at reason, without looking at logic, staunchly supporting a belief and ideology. That is chauvinism. Chaliye, this is also IIFT question, match the column. Now don't get intimidated when you get this kind of grid of words. They are very easy to do as long as you are clear with at least two words or two words meaning. Okay? Try to work with options here. invariably will be correct in your answer choice. बताइए. Okay, so these words may look unfamiliar or you may not be clear with the meaning of these words, but possibly this word can still be familiar, right? So vacillate is nothing but oscillate. Oscillate, vacillate, both are synonymous. So oscillate आप सबको पता है, oscillate. Pendulum घड़ी में oscillate करता है. It goes back and forth from one end to the other. Oscillate. आप भी oscillate करते हैं. When you are indecisive, you oscillate. ये करना है कि नहीं करना, यहाँ जाना है कि नहीं जाना है, इस कॉलेज में एडमिशन लेना है कि नहीं लेना. So you oscillate between two options. All right. Same is vacillate. So with that, you can come to two options, either second or fourth. ठीक है? So second and fourth, quickly देखिए. Yeah, so second is eliminated because second is embarrassment due to disappointment is not the meaning of vacillate. तो दो option eliminate हो जाएंगे. A and D. Now, even if you don't know the meaning of other words, but just because you worked out with one word meaning, you came to this. Now, there is a chance of you to be 50% correct. Either of the options you mark, the chances are greater for you to be correct. Okay? So this is how you should always work with options. So अब बताइए arrogate का क्या मतलब है? Now please remember, arrogant is somebody who is presumptuous, who presumes that he is better, he is higher, he is superior. So that is why he is 40. So with that only, please remember the meaning of arrogate. When you arrogate some powers to yourself, some authorities to yourself, you actually, without asking, without taking permission, you assume that you have this power or you have this authority. That is what is arrogate. So please associate it with arrogate. So which of these meaning will go with arrogate? Yeah, so that's going to be first. And with that only, you come to your answer. There are 5 words. You don't know the meaning of half of these words, yet you came to your answer and the answer is going to be correct. So all I'm saying is, please don't get intimidated. Don't get perplexed if you see this set of question appearing in IIFT. Invariably, IIFT gives you match the column question in GK as well as in English, in LR as well. ठीक है? So please उस चीज से आपको डरना नहीं है. Work out with the options. एक या दो के मीनिंग की श्योर होने से ही आप पूरा आंसर लगा सकते हैं. ठीक है? Answer is going to be second. Let's try to understand these words meaning. ठीक है? Second is going to be fifth. Arraign is to accuse someone. It's nothing but inculpate someone. Inculpating charges or incriminate someone. I'm giving you all these words because simultaneously I aim to build your vocabulary as well. Okay? High advanced vocabulary which IIFT is going to target. So incriminating circumstances. Incriminating circumstances means somebody may be accused or somebody is involved in a crime. Inculpate, arraign, accuse, all are same. That means to bring before court of law. Arraigning someone. Right? And now third is going to be second, that is embarrassment due to some kind of disappointment. Much to my chagrin, I could not do well in that tournament, much to my chagrin, much to my disappointment, right? So this is how this word is used. Okay? Conscript. Now please remember, this is very frequently used in America. Those people who are supposed to go in the army for 2 years compulsory service. That is conscription. Conscription drive hota hai, started by army or forces there. They go to schools, they go to colleges and educate people about army, the institution, the jobs and responsibility of the people, right? So they try to have the conscription drive. So conscript is to enroll somebody for compulsory service in an army, right? So that's how the answer is B. ठीक है? So हमने इस question को किया by knowing the meaning of only 2 words. ठीक है? So in order to minimize your time, that's what you have to do. One more question of this kind. So और कोई word हमें पता ना हो, but हमें candid तो पता है. Candid is nothing but candid. Candid is adjective, candid is noun. Prabhu Chawla, सीधी बात. So candid talks. Or this man. Karan Thapar, he is also known for his candid talks. Candid outspokenness, calling a spade a spade. Mincing no words. ठीक है, जैसा है वैसा बोल देना. Candid. So candid, candor. So which word goes with, or which description goes with candor? That is frankness, openness, outspokenness. ठीक है? So look at this. With fourth, first, third, second or third. So that is third. ठीक है? So 2 ऑप्शन यहाँ पे भी eliminate हो गए. अब बताइए मुझे क्या आंसर है? प्रतीक says it's D. Now please look at the options. First, second है मुझे नहीं देखना उसका मतलब क्या है? Now fourth, second is fourth or second is fifth? That's going to give you the answer. Ethereal, ether. Ether is a gas. ठीक है, हम सबको पता है, साइंस हमने पढ़ी है 10th तक सबने. So ether is a gas, right? So ether, so gaseous, something which is not from this earth. ठीक है? So that is what is ethereal. Ethereal is from ether. मैंने तो ऐसे ही याद किया है. So ethereal is something which is not from this materialistic world. And with that only you come to your answer is D. थोड़ा सा logic लगाओ, because words in a way are related. Especially those words which have come from Greek, which have come from Latin, they have come along with the roots. जैसे अभी हमने पीछे यहाँ पे किया था vacillate. ठीक है? So here, candor say frankness, ethereal say spiritual. You came to your answer B. ठीक है? Yes, Pratik, you were right. Ephemeral is short-lived. Ephemeral is same as fleeting. Fleeting सा impression है मुझे, possibly those things which I saw for a very short period of time. Fleeting impression, short-lived. Fleeting. Amitabh Bachchan had a fleeting career in politics. For a brief period of time, he was there in politics. Fleeting memory, ephemeral childhood, ephemeral joys of childhood. So something which is not eternal. Ephemeral का opposite है eternal. ठीक है? So first is going to be second, fleeting, short-lived. Second is going to be fifth, and third is going to be first. It's an alcoholic drink which is taken before me. ठीक है? Chimera is illusion. Anything which is far from reality. It's actually a creature. In Greek mythology, it's a creature which is half god, half human. Right? A creature which does not exist, which is imaginary, which only exists in your imagination. So that is illusion. Illusion is also something which is far from reality, far-fetched. ठीक है? So answer is B. Grammar. Which of these is correct? Alright. Now this question is going to deal with grammar. Which of these is grammatically correct? Alright. So Pratik says it's B. Alright. So let me explain each of these sentences. Each of the 6 boys in the class. So whenever you have each in a sentence, your verb is going to be singular. So each is fine here. If it is singular and if it is boys, it should be his task. Because we are talking about each. Each is going to agree with singular pronoun. So pronoun reference has to be consistent. If it is singular, here also it has to be singular. So that's why this sentence is incorrect. B, one must finish his task in time. Now his is not going to replace one. One must be consistently followed by one in a sentence. So one must finish one's task in time. That's going to be the correct sentence. ये भी गलत है. This is also not the answer. Please ध्यान रखिए. One should be followed by one. It cannot be replaced with his or her. दोनों ही गलत है. ठीक है? Third, either Ram or Sham will give their vote. Now again, after all, there is Sham, that's singular. Hence, your verb, pronoun is also going to be singular. His, either Ram or Sham will give his vote. C is also not the answer. D is going to be the correct answer. Now, if you see closely, the concept of subject-verb agreement is applicable in all these sentences. So, and if you collate all the grammar-based questions of IIFT, you will find subject-verb agreement, tenses, prepositions, and parallelism and modifiers. These are the topics which are very frequently tested in IIFT. So, if you want to be selective about grammar, try to revise all the concepts, rules related to these topics: subject-verb agreement, tenses, preposition, parallelism, and modifiers. Okay? So, invariably, you will be more confident about attempting these questions in your actual exam. Answer is going to be D. One more question on grammar. जल्दी से बताइए, what is the answer? So the reason why he missed his class was that he overslept. Is it correct? Is the sentence flawless? So Atharva says it's A. Alright. So the reason why he missed his class was that he overslept. So the reason के बाद because नहीं आता है, ये ध्यान रखना. Because and the reason both are same. So there is going to be redundancy. So the reason why he missed his class because he overslept. ये होता तो ये गलत हो जाता. Reason के बाद हमेशा that आता है. Answer is A. Yes, Atharva. Now why B is incorrect? Let me explain it to you why B is incorrect. Before the rain would stop, they would have reached home. यहाँ पे would नहीं आएगा. You're talking about a condition. No, Pratik, C is not the answer. C is not grammatically correct. C is incorrect. Before the rain stops, this is going to be the correct sentence. Before the rain stops, they would have reached home. ठीक है? So ये वाला sentence, when the rain stops, so simple present, would कभी नहीं आएगा इसमें. They would have reached home. इसमें would आएगा because you are talking about prediction. Prediction for future. वो घर पहुंच चुके होंगे. That's what you want to say. So in this case, this is correct. But in this clause, would is incorrect. इसलिए ये गलत है. Look at C. When you will come to see me, we will go to Mumbai. इस sentence में will is correct. We will go to Mumbai. इस sentence में, इस clause में will is incorrect. When you come to see me, we will go to Mumbai. That's going to be the correct sentence. Will is going to be omitted. ठीक है? So जब भी आप condition put करते हैं, so यहाँ पे देखिए. When will you come to see me? यहाँ पे will is fine. Question है. So you are putting an interrogative question. You are putting a sentence in interrogative form. So when will you come to see me? When will you visit me? When will you meet me? When will you call me? All these sentences are correct. Now ये देखो यहाँ पे. When you visit me, I will serve you delicacies, some delicacies. Please remember, यहाँ पे will नहीं आएगा. When you visit me, because you are talking about a condition. जब तुम आओगे, though you are talking about future. In हिंदी भी आपके उसमें आ रहा है कि जब तुम आओगे, लेकिन इसमें will नहीं आता है. When you visit me, I'll serve you some delicacies. I'll serve you some local delicacies. When you visit me. यहाँ पे will आएगा because it's a question. यहाँ पे will नहीं आएगा because it's a condition. Are we clear? That is why C is not the answer. Pradeep, ठीक है? Look at fourth D. I have written both to their branch office and their head office. So both की जो condition है, that has to be always placed before two items which it intends to modify. It's a modifier. So I have written to both. To के बाद आना चाहिए because their branch office and their head office are these two items which are supposed to be joined by both. ठीक है? So when I say both CAT and XAT are management exams. So both जो है वो CAT और XAT के पहले आ रहा है. ठीक है? So आप हमेशा ध्यान देना both, not only but also. इनका placement is of utmost importance. Please see them carefully. Modifier का error यही होता है. ठीक है? So answer is A here. यहाँ पे मैंने आपको ये भी बताया कि reason के साथ because कभी नहीं लगाना. Reason के साथ हमेशा that आता है. चलिए. Prepositions. Quickly, tell me your answer. चलिए बताइए, there is so much love. Alright, so here between, so this option is eliminated. I have not seen Aditi since. So since is there only in one option, answer is D. Okay? So see again, you possibly may feel that you need to know the preposition for all these 5 or 6 sentences, but with 1 or 3 preposition correct, you get your answer, right? So I have not seen Aditi since Friday. Specific time है तो since आ सकता है यहाँ पे, and this perfect है, present perfect है. So please ध्यान रखना, since and for only with perfect or perfect continuous. With these two tenses only since and for आ सकते हैं. I started my preparation from January. The 3 sisters, यहाँ पे 3 है तो among is fine. I have not seen Mohan again. Perfect tense है, देखो perfect tense है, but यहाँ पे 6 months है इसलिए 4 आ रहा है. Alright? So answer is D. One more on prepositions. Alright? So by virtue of, by dint of. Both means because of, by means of. Okay? Both means same thing, but the connotation is different. Both means same thing because of, by virtue of, by dint of. Right? Now both means by the means of. But by virtue of is used for those things which you are bestowed upon, which you inherit, which are your entitlement, right? So not something which you have gained by your hard work or something which you have acquired by your own perseverance. Okay? By dint of is used for those things that you acquire on your own. By virtue of, the things have been gifted to you. Now look at this. He succeeded. Okay, let me see some answer. Pratik says C and Athar says B. Alright. So he succeeded by dint of. So A and C will be eliminated. As I said, the differences of this thing. So he succeeded by dint of perseverance and sheer hard work. Now, by the virtue of power wasted in me, thanks to the power, because of the power, because I have that power. So that means answer is going to be B. In consequence of his ill health, he could not finish his work in time. In case of need, please contact me at the emergency number indicated. All the prepositions, complex prepositions are correct. Answer is going to be B. Okay, this is also previous year IIFT question. Preposition, very favorite topic of IIFT. Words which are followed by specific prepositions. So I am good at something. In नहीं होता है कभी भी, right? I am bad at something, but I am weak in doing something. Words with specific preposition. I am confident about your success. I am confident of your success. Both prepositions are okay. Okay? I am fond of doing something. I am interested in doing something. Interested in, fond of. So words which go with specific preposition. I am angry at, I am angry with. Both are fine, but angry at something, I'm angry with you. I'm angry at your behavior, at something, but I'm angry with my mother. So somebody with, something at. I agree to, I agree with. Both are correct preposition, but I agree to your point, I agree to your suggestion, but I agree with you. Okay? So words with specific prepositions. Go through that list of words which are followed by specific prepositions. Okay? Chaliye, next. Which of the following is a metaphor? Figures of speech. Alright. So which of the following is a metaphor? I hope all of us know or all of you know what is the difference between metaphor and a simile. So metaphor is going to use like and as, and simile is going to use like and as while drawing comparison, while metaphor is not going to use these words. That's the sole difference. ठीक है? बाकी दोनों का meaning जो है वो same होता है. Praveen, A is not the answer. He fought like a lion, so that's going to be a simile, not a metaphor. Omission of like and as is going to give you a metaphor. So here, answer is D. Yes, Pradeep. So he was a lion in the fight. He fought like a lion. He was a lion in the fight. Both are same thing. Both are expressing the same intent. But it is the way it is expressed that makes the whole difference, right? Like a lion. So it leaves things on your imagination, right? He fought like a lion. That means the way a lion fights. You have to imagine that, and then you will come to this picture that how he fought. Okay? He was a lion in the fight, so all the characteristics and attributes which a lion has, he had that. Okay? So thoda sa difference hai in the description as well as the style it is put, but the meaning is almost similar. Answer is D. Please remember the difference. Like or as use hoga, so that's a simile. Agar wo nahi use honge, so that's a metaphor. So when I say life is like a stage, so that's a simile. Life is a roller coaster, that's a metaphor. Like hata diya. Okay? So life is like a stage, it's a simile. Life is a roller coaster, it's a metaphor. Which of these is an oxymoron? Okay, so the camel is the ship of the desert. That's a metaphor because camel is being compared with a ship. Unlikely comparison. A camel is a ship, right? So that's a metaphor. Death lays its icy hands on kings. Death is attributed the human characteristic. Having hens is a human characteristic, right? Death lays its icy hands on kings. That means death is taken up or is expressed as human. Okay? That's the personification. So whenever you attribute some human characteristics to inanimate things or to abstract things, that is personification. उसको person की तरह आप attribute करते हैं. So D is also not the answer. Alright? Now art lies in concealing arts. Right? So here it's not an oxymoron. C is not an oxymoron. Oxymoron is A. The oxymoron is always a phrase which is opposite, which is contradictory. Kind, cruelty. So when somebody is kind, he cannot be cruel. When somebody is cruel, he cannot be kind. But a surgeon who is going to be cruel to your body because he is going to perform a surgery, he's kind because ultimately he is going to get you rid of your illness, get you rid of your ailment. That is why he is being cruel to your body. So kind cruelty is the oxymoron here. See the beauty of language here, right? So kind cruelty is an oxymoron. Answer is not C. This is a kind of paradox. Art lies in concealing art. Okay? So art is to showcase what you feel, what you know, your talent. So how does art lies in concealing art? छुपाने में art कैसा? Art तो दिखाने में है, but it says art lies in concealing art. That means you are not supposed to be overt, or you are not supposed to be exhibiting what you have. You know, whatever you have, you just draw it, you just do it, and it will be noticed. It will become conspicuous on its own. So that is what this line says. Okay? This is not oxymoron, this is a paradox. Answer is A. This is also an IIFT question. Are we clear? So I gave you the definition of simile, metaphor, personification, paradox and oxymoron. Okay? Just say act naturally. That's also an oxymoron. Act naturally. So somebody who is acting cannot be natural. Somebody who is natural is not acting. So that way, act naturally is also an oxymoron. Oxymoron is also always a phrase, whereas paradox is in the idea. Contradiction is in the idea. So when I say we have more to eat now, but we have less to digest, so that is a paradox. The idea is contradictory. कि हम ज़्यादा खा सकते हैं, but we cannot actually stomach more, right? As we age, we start earning more. But as we age and we start earning more, we have less desires. Okay? So that's a kind of a paradox. Alright? We have more means of communication, but there is less communication. बड़े-बड़े घर हैं, लेकिन लोगों के बीच में communication नहीं है. So that way it's a paradox. So paradox is always there in an idea, whereas oxymoron is always a phrase. Hyperbole is exaggeration of statement. Exaggeration is done for bringing the dramatic effect in your speech or in your writing, right? So hyperbole is like, I have told you this 1,000 times that you are supposed to start reading for management exams. I may not have told you this 1,000 times. Literally, I may not have told you this 1,000 times. But I'm saying this just to bring that dramatic effect. हजारों बार मैंने बोला है कि start reading good stuff. ठीक है? कितने महीने लगते हैं तुमको तैयार होने में पार्टी के लिए? So that's also महीने नहीं लगते हैं किसी को भी. Possibly 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maximum 1 hour. But घंटे लगाती हो, महीने लगाती हो. सदियों से आपका इंतजार कर रहे हो. So that's also hyperbolic statement. ठीक है? So hyperbole is, exaggeration, a bit fabrication just because you want to enhance that effect. ठीक है? चलिए, next. Choose the antonym. Praveen, that's what hyperbole is. बड़ा चढ़ा के बताना. चलिए जल्दी से बताइए. Oh my God. Let's read this question. Okay, so the word here was puerile. I'm sorry. The word here was puerile. Please choose the antonym of puerile. Okay, next question. Choose the antonym. So puerile is the word. You have to choose the antonym of this word. Adult, servile, peaceful, ambiguous. क्या प्रतीक? Answer is A. Answer is A. Puerile. No, answer is A. Puerile is somebody who is kiddish, childish, childlike, right? So adult is going to be the antonym of that. ठीक है? Please remember this word. Puerile is kiddish, childish, juvenile, not mature. ठीक है? Puerile jokes or puerile behavior. It's not a positive word. It means kiddish, childish. Choose the antonym of prosaic. बताइए, what's the antonym? Alright, so prosaic is something which is dull, unimaginative, prosaic plot of the movie, dull, something which is cliched, commonplace, mundane, right? So, mundane is going to be synonym, right? So, mundane is something which is pedestrian, everyday kind, commonplace, right? So, mundane life, mundane activities of household families, right? Answer is going to be C, interesting. Most of you have answered correctly here, right? C is going to be the answer for this, right? So please remember prosaic. Prosaic plot, prosaic style of writing, dull, uninteresting. Okay? Pick out the word, pick the word with the correct spelling. All right. Yes, answer is exorbitant. Yeah, answer is A. And can you please tell me the meaning of this word? What do you mean by exorbitant? Okay, the best news is there's going to be only one question or maximum two questions based on spellings. Maximum two questions. So exorbitant is something which is prohibitive. क्या मतलब है prohibitive का? All right. So prohibitive and steep. When you call something as steep. Yeah, very high, costly. Prohibitive prices, right? Prohibitive prices of essential commodities, something which is, beyond, yeah, excessive, exorbitant, prohibitive, steep, all means something which is excessively priced, overpriced. All right? Yes. Pick the odd word out. Odd word out. Something which does not belong to the group. All right? Fine. So pick the odd one out. Here, parallels. Parallels. I hope all of you understand what parallel means. Parallel is condition पे किसी को पहुंच जाना. That means it's a very dangerous situation. At the parallel, we all start taking precautions. At the parallel, that means whenever we see some danger, whenever we see contingency, we start to take precautions. We become more, wary, or we become more cautious at the parallel. Parallel, when situation becomes very dangerous. Precarious is also same, extremely serious. Eurozone went through precarious economic condition. Precariously, the economy was in precarious condition. Serious, dangerous. Hazardous, you all know. Okay? So all of them are in a way synonymous. One word, which is odd word out, is copious. Copious amount of masks are available. Copiously, the masks have been manufactured in factories. Copiously, in large amount. Abundance, surfeit, glut of something. Please remember some of the words I am giving you. The glut of manufacturing units producing sanitizers. Glut. The glut of management colleges in India now, right? So glut is excess amount of something. So is abundance. So abundance of something is also too much of something. Plethora, all these words synonymous with copious. Okay? Profusion. Yeah, precarious is uncertain. His health condition is in precarious condition. That means anything can happen. It's uncertain. Precarious. The odd word out, a third word. You had to choose a word which does not belong to the group. That means three words are making a group. Group can only be made when the words are common. Here, these three words are common. Perilous, precarious, hazardous, all are dangerous. precarious also means something which is dangerous. Okay? So taking drugs consistently can have precarious ramifications on someone's body. Precarious, very serious. No, how? How copious is synonymous with hazardous? Copious is too much of something. Hazardous is harmful, deleterious, dangerous. How is that in a way, any way connected to hazardous? Copious or perilous? अथर किसी भी तरीके से copious is not related to perilous or precarious. Neither is it related to hazardous. Copious बिल्कुल अलग है ना यहाँ पे. Answer is D. Alright, चलिए. Same. Odd word out. A word which is not related to other words. Propitiate, appreciate, appease and conciliate. Look at how smartly the options have been designed. Propitiate, appreciate, conciliate, all are ending with similar sounds. So that you can get confused and mark answer C. Pratik Athar, say A. Propitiate is basically किसी को मनाना, to woo someone. To appease someone, किसी को शांत करना, pacify करना. I hope all of you understand what pacify means. Pacific comes from Pacific Ocean, ठीक है? So प्रशांत महासागर. So प्रशांत means शांत. So किसी को शांत करना is pacify. Same as propitiate. In earlier times, in tribes, in tribal areas, whenever there was some natural calamity or whenever there was some disaster, they used to propitiate the deities. वो किसी चीज की बलि चढ़ाते थे, sacrifice करते थे in order to propitiate the furious natural forces, right? Propitiate, शांत करना. They believe कि ये natural forces या ये जो देवी देवता है वो हमसे गुस्सा है, इस वजह से वो इस तरह से हमें bear करवा रहे हैं. So they would propitiate, शांत करना किसी को. Same is appease. Appeasement की policy आपने सुना होगा. BJP बोलती है Congress runs on appeasement policy. That means it usually implements the policies which are going to appease a specific section of the society. Appeasement, lalchana, lubhana किसी को. Conciliate is also say, conciliatory gestures हैं. That means you would like to agree with someone. You would like to follow them because you want to please them. Right? Answer is going to be appreciate. Your appreciation is not always done for pleasing someone. You possibly mean that appreciation. But somebody has done something worthwhile and that is why you are appreciating someone. Right? It is not always to, it is not always to placate someone. जब आप propitiate कर रहे हैं, सामने वाला गुस्सा है. जब आप appease कर रहे हैं, somebody is upset. That's why you try to appease him. Conciliate also because now conciliatory gestures नहीं दिखा रहे ना farmers ना government. Conciliatory gestures यानी एक दूसरे को मनाने वाले, एक दूसरे से अग्री करने वाले. So that way conciliatory is also एक दूसरे को in a way please करना. Answer is going to be appreciate. This was very close. It was a very good question. ठीक है? Answer is B. B and C have the same root. All right. But yeah. So it may have these words may be similar in their roots, but their meaning is entirely different. Are we clear? Chaliye. Tell me if you are able to see this slide, because I could not capture in the large font size. So please, this is parageography, previous year question of IIFT, parageography. Quickly, tell me your answer. So your paragraph is beginning either with first, third or fourth. Okay? So first says, have you ever gone through a book that was so good, you kept hugging yourself mentally as you read? Can be a beginning. Okay? Third, have you ever seen a play or motion picture that was so charming that you felt sheer delight as you watched? Can also be a beginning. Fourth, I have not spoken of books that grip you emotionally. So here, this is not the opening statement. Because when he says what he has spoken of, he would definitely say that thing first and then he would refer to these things. So fourth is not your opening statement. By default, either first or third. Okay? Now, if you give first as your opening statement, let's see how it goes. So have you ever gone through a book that was so good you kept hugging yourself mentally as you read? It is followed by fifth. Or perhaps you have had a portion of pumpkin pie, light and airy, mildly flavored and with a flaky delicious crust that was last word in the gustatory enjoyment. This does not go with right after first, because there has to be an idea right after first which settles it, which completes it, which progresses it to the culmination, and then another idea will be introduced. So, first is eliminated. Now, quickly tell me what your answer is, B or D. I eliminated two options for you. बताइए class, what is the answer? Yes, Vivek, answer is D. Right? So first is, have you ever gone through a book? Third says, have you ever seen a play? So two questions. Fifth, or perhaps you have had a portion of pumpkin pie. So three questions. Second, now notice the example I have used. Now this is definitely talking about three statements in which he has used the example. Fourth, I have not spoken of books that grip you emotionally, or plays and movies that keep you on the edges of seat and surprise, or the food that satisfies a ravenous hunger. ठीक है? So यहाँ पे idea settles. Answer is D. Alright? One more question from previous year papers of IIFT. Yes, Praveen, Vivek, both of you, answered correctly. Answer is D. Now do this question. Now this question is going to be very easy because you can straight away come to your opening statement. With the options, you can see that either fifth or second is your opening statement. Yes. So fifth says it has applied the template approach to management content, to manage content. It has pronoun. I need a noun first. I need a subject first. Then only the noun is replaced with a pronoun. ठीक है? So मेरा fifth मेरा opening statement नहीं है. So I eliminate A and B as my answers options. Now second is the opening statement in both the options. Second is followed by third or second is followed by fourth. If you understand that, you can come to your answer. Now please read second first. Second carefully. ITC has learned invaluable lessons from finding creative local solutions on the ground to some of these apparently intractable problems. तो ITC ने कुछ intractable problems, solve ना होने वाली problems, बहुत ही difficult problems को solve किया है creative solutions. ये मेरा idea है, first idea. What should take it forward? Fourth or third? Decide. Alright, so Vivek says it's C. So second statement, ITC has learned invaluable lesson from creative solutions on the ground to some of these intractable problems. So one is this, second idea is this, third idea is this, right? So that way, this should be taken forwarded in the second statement. The keywords, sorry, these are not the idea is one, these are the keywords. Now, if it is followed by fourth, it has also adopted special imaging technique. It has also, what technique it has adopted? Yes, answer is D. Answer is D. Because it has also adopted technique. What technique? First, it has to first mention what technique, right? So answer is going to be D. Second and third. Solution include. Now, as I said, the keywords is solution, invaluable lesson, intractable problems. इन्हीं keywords में से एक author जो है next sentence में forward करेगा. Here, third sentence is talking about the solutions. Solution include the use of RMS kits in the telephone exchange or setting up vans. These are the solutions. Look at fifth. It has applied the template approach to manage content. It has also adopted. Now this goes with fifth. Answer is D. Fine? Yes. Please don't be hasty and come to your answer impulsively. Since our task was minimized here because we found our opening statement very clearly, very easily, be very sure about marking your answer. Okay? So these questions you will find very easy in IIFT. Paragraph is going to be very manageable in IIFT. The only difficulty is reading those long sentences and the sentences beginning with Latin words, Latin numerical words. Okay, Vivek, right? So answer is D. चलिए. Now this is grammar. Quickly, देखिए and बताइए how this phrase can be replaced. All right. Fine. So this is going to bring the parallel. This question is actually dealing with the parallel structure. So, Dr. Haguda's research among Hispanic children in the United States indicates that the more the children use, so whenever you have this construction, the more, the better. That's how the construction goes. That's how the sentence is going to be parallel. Okay? The higher you go, the cooler you feel. The more you earn, the more you spend. The more you earn, the better you feel. Okay? So that way, both are going to be comparative with the, beginning with the. That's how the construction goes. Now, in this part of the sentence is not underlined. That means the other part has to be parallel with this. तो यहाँ पे मुझे the वाला construction चाहिए. Yeah. So the more the children use both English and Spanish, the greater their intellectual advantage in skills. Very good. Answer is C. ठीक है? यहाँ पे देखो जैसे मैंने आपको बताया both has to be used right before the word it intends to join. देखिए यहाँ पे both Spanish और English दो languages के पहले लगा हुआ है right. Answer is C. Both of you. Vivek, Praveen, your answer is correct. Answer is C. ठीक है? चलो. One more analogy. Alleviate, aggravate, elastic. Very easy. This is also previous IIFT question, but it's very doable. Pretty straightforward. No implied relationship. Elevate, aggravate. I hope you know the meaning of these words and also the relationship. Yeah, Praveen, answer is A, rigid. So elastic is going to be antonym of rigid, as elevate is antonym of aggravate, right? Elevate is nothing but mitigate. Elevating circumstances, right? So elevate someone's pain, mitigate someone's pain. किसी की suffering, किसी के pain को कम करना. So is assuage. ठीक है? So that's going to be A as the answer. Please remember, elevate has root levity. Levity is opposite of gravity. Gravity of situation, gravity of circumstances, or gravity of crime, that is seriousness. Opposite is levity. Levitation is free from gravitational force. When you start to float, you start to, float in the air. That is levitation. Okay? So levity is light-heartedness. Opposite of gravity. Grave is serious. Grave circumstances. It's a grave crime. Serious. Levity, opposite. It's something which is light-hearted. Try to have some levity in your classroom, right? Try to bring a rapport with your students so that they can easily communicate. They can easily, talk about their problems. So levity. Levity in the classroom, light-heartedness. No seriousness. Okay? Levitate, on the other hand, is for free from gravitational forces. Okay? So there was a commercial by a chocolate Perk. So Perk khate hi aap, somebody who was performing yoga, who was practicing yoga, he would, his position would elevate in the air and he would start floating in the air. So that is, he would start levitating after eating that chocolate. So levitation is nothing but floating in the air, free from gravitational force. Okay? So remember this root, elevate, किसी को light करना, right? और allay करना, किसी की suffering को lessen करना. चलिए, filling the blanks. Another vocabulary based question. This is also very easy, though some of the information the author reveals about Russian life might surprise Americans, right? Some of the information may be surprising for Americans. बाकी सब चीजें कैसी हैं? Opposite of familiar or opposite of surprising? Yes. Answer is very clear here. Though some of the information author reveals about Russian life may be surprising, may be startling, new. But बाकी सब चीजें, but is missing here. Though is always joined by but. Answer is A. So major themes are familiar. ठीक है? Next. Yes, this is an IIFT question. The one which, yes, that's an IIFT will not give you very challenging FIB questions, believe me. Analogy थोड़ी challenging होगी because it gives you questions, words which are very unfamiliar, very low frequency words, ठीक है? जो बहुत use नहीं होते. जैसे ziffer, IIFT ने पिछले 6 सालों में 3 बार repeat किया है. Ziffer, which is not very common word, right? It's a soft wind. 3 बार in 6 years. There was another word, rescind. It has used multiple times in its questions. Schism. So those words which are not frequently used. So it has the kind of propensity. IIFT examiners have kind of propensity to give you those words which are you're not familiar with. So analogy may be difficult sometimes. FIB is very straightforward. So don't miss FIB questions. Moderate. You wouldn't find them easy, but they are moderate. They are more doable than analogy questions. See, vocabulary is going to be a challenging section. Grammar is going to be doable. RC is going to pose you mixed challenge. Some of the passages will be very easy. Some may be difficult, but the question framing maybe will still be doable, right? The passages may be difficult. That means they may be on the subjects that you are unfamiliar with, and some of the parts of the passage you may find very challenging, but ultimately questions are going to be easy. The only challenge is going to be manage time and doing all those questions in limited amount of time, right? So RCs, but in words, you will face an enormous challenge because, as I said, IIFT in a way goes on the line of FMS. So usually, पहले जब FMS के papers होते थे, it would always challenge students on the basis of their vocabulary understanding. बहुत tough words, ऐसे words जो बहुत use नहीं होते, commonly use नहीं होते, frequently use नहीं होते, उन words पे test करता था. So IIFT also gives you that kind of vocabulary question. So FIB, synonym, antonym, right? As long as you know the meaning of the word, you will definitely be able to mark the answer of antonym and synonym. But if you are completely unfamiliar, you may not work much with the options. FIB, the answer is always there in the paragraph, provided you understand the syntax, provided you understand the meaning or the intention of the paragraph or that sentence. You'll be able to fill in the correct word. So FIB answer is always there in the paragraph, in the sentence. And you will find, pick up last 5-year papers of IIFT, you will find that FIB questions were very easy to moderate. Okay. Alright, so Vivek, I'm going to make one session. I'm going to take one session entirely dedicated to the strategy of IIFT. At the beginning of today's session, I talked about strategy, but then I moved on to the comprehensive exercise because I had to cover a lot of ground today. So there is going to be one session day after tomorrow, which is going to be dedicated to the strategy of IIFT for all the sections. Okay? So stay tuned on this channel and keep watching this time slot for my session. You will find that the strategy. Okay? And okay, fine. Let's not. Why not vital? So यहाँ पे vital नहीं होगा आंसर प्रवीण, because यहाँ पे ये बोल रहा है कि जो information author ने दी है रशियन लाइफ के बारे में, कुछ information ने तो मुझे सरप्राइज किया, एज एन अमेरिकन को सरप्राइज किया, लेकिन बाकी information यहाँ पे जैसे मैंने बोला but is missing, because though is there तो but is missing, but has to be there, ठीक है. सो बट बाकी जो चीजें थी वो तो फेमिलियर थी, कुछ ने मुझे सरप्राइज किया, बट अदर थिंग्स आई वाज फेमिलियर विद. ऑपोजिट चाहिए मुझे सरप्राइजिंग का, एंड दैट वाज ओनली वन वर्ड, दैट इज फेमिलियर. ठीक है. वाइटल तब आता जब यहाँ पे वर्ड होता इनकॉन्सिक्वेंशियल. दो सम ऑफ द इंफॉर्मेशन द ऑथर रिवील्स अबाउट रशियन लाइफ वाज इनकॉन्सिक्वेंशियल, गैर जरूरी थी, but her major themes were vital. ठीक है प्रवीण. चलिए नेक्स्ट देखिए, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. लेट मी सी योर क्वेरीज. I have been taking classes on Unacademy for IIFT for almost 10 days now. Right after SNAP was over, 6th and 9th, I started taking classes for IIFT. Right? So I took advanced classes on special classes for IIFT, and in this time slot, I have been taking classes for grammar, for verbal logic, and for vocabulary. So consistently, I have been taking up this session for IIFT preparation only. You can watch my videos if you want. चलिए आंसर बताइए इस क्वेश्चन का. All right. So the president's secretary and his chief aide. Aide is somebody who supports you, who is your helper. Please remember, this is also aid, but this is used for something. ठीक है? So this is a confusing word pair. Aid, financial aid. You may need some financial aid for your management program, because the fee is going to be very exorbitant. Aid, something, medical aid. But somebody who assists you, who helps you, is your aid. So AIDE. Pronunciation is same, the spelling is different, but this is used for somebody, this is used for something. ठीक. चलिए. So the president's secretary and his chief aide adored him, and both wrote obsessively. Please remember this word, obsessively. बहुत ज़्यादा, excessively devoted personal memoirs. Yes, answer is B. But unfortunately, however, so he's going to bring contradiction. तो उस प्रेसिडेंट के दोनों लोगों ने, दोनों एड, सेक्रेटरी ने और उसकी चीफ एड ने, दोनों ने बहुत ही ऑब्सेसिवली डिवोटेड पर्सनल मेमोयर्स लिखे. राइट? बहुत ज़्यादा समर्पित, बहुत ज़्यादा तारीफ में. However, idolatry, so that is adulation, flattery. Right? Idolatry does not make for true intimacy. इन दोनों ने बहुत तारीफ की. That does not mean they were actually very intimate with the president. They were very close to the president. Answer is B. However, needed a contradiction here, and that is only brought by idolatry. Answer is B. Very good. Miser and stingy. बताइए क्या आंसर है. बताइए क्लास क्विकली। Okay, so docile is somebody who is very calm, composed, and somebody who is very agreeable and बहुत सीधा साधा person. That is docile. What is the relationship between miser and stingy? No, miser and stingy are synonymous. They are synonymous. A miser is somebody who is stingy. A stingy is miser, right? They are synonymous. दोनों कंजूस हैं, penny pinching, right? They are skinflint, parsimonious people who do not spend money easily, who are very penny pinching. Answer is not C. Sage is not always docile. They are not synonymous. Sage is a person who can foresee future. No, it's not C. Answer is not C. Why is sage a docile person? Sage is somebody who lives a hermetic life. Sage is somebody who lives an ascetic life. And sage is also somebody who can see future. Synonymous is not, C are not synonymous. Answer is loner and solitary. Loner is somebody who lives alone, who doesn't want company, who is not gregarious, who doesn't mingle with people. So is solitary. Solitary is somebody who lives alone, away from other people. A person who refrains from having other people's companionship. So that is solitary or loner. Both are synonymous. So are miser and stingy. Who is middle class person? A is also not the answer. चलिए मुझे ये बताइए miser and spendthrift. If I change this analogy and say miser and spendthrift, then what is the analogy? What is the relationship? When I say miser and spendthrift, that's going to be antonymous relationship. Miser is penny pinching, spendthrift is somebody who spends money lavishly, extravagantly. So ये antonym हो जाएंगे. Alright? So miser and spendthrift are antonyms. Miser and frugal. Can you tell me what is the relationship between miser and frugal? Yeah, but solitude and solitary. Please see the difference. Loner is characterized by having a solitary existence. Loner is always somebody who lives alone, away from other people. Right? So, they are synonymous. No other pair is sharing the synonymous relationship. Right? So solitary, solitude, that's different. Okay, come to this now. Miser and spendthrift, yes. Sevi, Khanna, you are right, they are antonymous. Miser and frugal में बताइए क्या difference है? Or what is the relationship? Sadie, they are not antonym. Miser and frugal, both people are not very free with their money. They are not very extravagant. They don't spend money lavishly. But this is negative, this is positive. This is economical. So when you call somebody frugal, that means he saves money for rainy days. He doesn't spend money like there is no tomorrow. He saves money, he's providential in his expenses. So that is frugal. Miser is someone who does not spend money even on things that are needed. So ये कंजूस है. It is, this person is skinflint. चमड़ी जाए दमड़ी न जाए. Skinflint. Frugal is somebody who is thrifty. सोच समझ के पैसा खर्च करना. This is positive. This is negative. Both are synonyms, but the connotation is different. Connotation is nothing but the tone of a specific word. So tone is negative of miser. Tone is positive in frugal. ठीक है? So कई बार ये आपको analogy connotations की भी आती है. Yeah, both are stingy, but stingy is also negative. Frugal is positive, economical is positive, thrifty is positive, providential is positive. ये सभी लोग पैसा कम खर्च करते हैं, but they are doing it for good reasons. No, miser is somebody who does not, somebody who does not spend money. Spendthrift is somebody who spends money lavishly. So clearly antonyms. ठीक है? So connotation, the point I wanted to put across here is that you need to know the connotation. So when I say question and when I say investigate, which is negative, which is positive? Or when I say obstinate and resolute, which is negative, which is positive? So question is neutral. It doesn't have any connotation. Whereas investigate, if you are investigating someone, that would always imply that person is under suspicion. That person is being questioned by authorities because he is under the scanner. Alright? Investigate has a negative connotation. Question is neutral. When you call somebody obstinate, that means the person is rigid, inflexible. He does not budge an inch when it comes to his position, when it comes to his opinion. Whereas resolute, determined. A person जिसका पक्का इरादा है. ठीक है? So this is positive, this is negative. Both mean same thing. समझ रहे हो class? So please see the connotation of words. Words may be different in their connotation. They are not exactly synonymous with each other. So कभी ऐसी analogy आए तो you are not supposed to choose the option which is exactly synonymous. You will have to see words in their connotations. चलिए, verbosity words. This is also actual IIFT question. बताइए answer. Okay, you do this question, Sevi. I'll explain to you the connotations again. Okay, so C is now the answer here. I'm afraid C is now the answer. Too many words leads to verbosity. Using too many words is verbosity. That's the relationship. So too many of something here leads to this. Excess. Answer is too much decoration leads to floridness. Too many answers do not lead to interrogation. That's why C is not the answer. ठीक है, आंसर इज बी. आर वी क्लियर? चलिए, so Sevi, I'll just explain to you again the connotations. That's the word tones, right? Negative and positive tones. जैसे when I say childish and when I say childlike, is there any difference? She has childlike beauty or childish beauty. She asks questions with childlike innocence or childish innocence. Which word is correct? Childlike innocence or childish innocence? Alright, so here, yes, Shashank. So childlike is positive. Both mean same thing. Both these words meaning same. बच्चों की तरह, like kids. But this word is negative, this is positive. So childlike beauty, childlike innocence, or childlike curiosity, बच्चों की तरह. Childish activity, childish behavior. Yes, ठीक है? So words are not exactly synonymous, they are different in their connotations. ठीक है? So जैसे हमने कहा था miser and frugal. So miser is negative, frugal is positive. Both mean same thing, but their connotation is different. Their tones are different. ठीक है? Actually, I have a couple of more questions, but I'll continue with my session tomorrow. I'll include these words tomorrow as well. Yeah, Praveen, childish innocence nahi hoga. Childish nahi hoga. Innocence is something which is positive, right? It's a positive attribute. So innocence masoomi hai. So that way childish nahi hoga. Childish is negative. Childish activity, childish behavior, childish excuses, bachchon ki tarah, right? So that way you would say childlike innocence, but childish behavior. Alright class? Chaliye, please like this video and share this video with other students who are preparing for IIFT. Tomorrow I am going to cover one more topic relevant to IIFT paper. Stay tuned on this channel and keep watching my videos. If you want to attend special classes that I am taking specifically for the preparation of IIFT, you can have this app in your mobile phone and install Unacademy app and then attend special classes. All you need to do is type code Neelam to unlock these sessions for you. Okay? So I have taken up sessions dedicated to IIFT, vocabulary and grammar. And this week as well, I am going to take up sessions for IIFT. So that's going to be in the morning on Unacademy special classes. Whereas on YouTube, I take class at 6 o'clock in the evening. Fine, thank you so much for attending the session and all the very best for your exam. Keep watching my session for IIFT on YouTube as well as on special classes. Alright, thank you so much. Good night to all of you.